Oh, sorry, Pie.
There's a dog underneath there.
There's a dog underneath my table.
Why is
There's a
there like a
dog
thing
underneath
going through
my
that?
table because it's reflections. Hey, everybody. Hey, everybody. Hey, everybody. Hey, everybody. What's happening? What's happening? We're going to do the Monday Mass here. It is a Tuesday. Chris Coté is back from the World Longboarding Festival. It's kind of like the Fire Fest Malibu, would you say?
Yes.
So he's back.
Well, I'm just unplugging that.
We're going to talk boarding on here.
Boarding?
Yeah, it's
all boarding.
Yeah, you ever been boarding before?
I've been.
Waterboarding?
Oh, no, I was boarding with you, bro.
boarding.
Should we start this thing?
Mm-hmm.
That was a special moment for you guys.
Okay,
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is the Monday Mass, the world's greatest action sports podcast, also known as an action sports podcast about nothing. It's about nothing, and I'm Chris Coté.
And I'm Todd Richards, and we are here. It is Tuesday, and we're getting closer. Your dog? Did you?
I got a dog here.
Did he throw up? Did she throw up? Is it a he or
It's
she?
a girl.
How do
What
you
the
know?
hell are you talking about?
How do you know, Chris?
You
Like, how do
know,
you-
Pie.
when
Pie's
you-
a girl name.
When you talk about tell your kids about dog gender, how do you show them?
She actually hasn't told me what she wants to be
Oh, your dog's
identified as, but from what I know, she leans towards female tendencies. Never seen her try to hump anybody or anything.
But female dogs try to hump stuff.
All right, well,
I'm just telling
thanks
you.
for coming to the podcast, everybody. Two veterinarian experts talking about
That's right.
dogs.
I don't eat meat at all. I'm a veterinarian. Okay, go.
You're funny,
go.
dude.
Here we go.
You're funny, dude.
Here we go.
Okay, well, this is the Monday Mass, as we said, October 10th, 2023. It's a Tuesday, and who cares? You're getting this podcast for free. We're not, though, because we have sponsors, and we need to thank them and address them, because without them, we'd still do it.
Let's start right here. This is
It wouldn't be as
Machu
good.
Picchu energy drink. Do you like yerba mate?
Energy?
Do you like yerba mate?
Yes.
Do you like
Keep
no
going, yeah.
sugar?
No, I don't not like no sugar. Yeah,
Do you like organic stuff?
totally.
Okay, well this
All organic, all the time.
This tags all the hot button topics for your healthy.
It touches all my hot spots.
This just touches you.
That's Machu Picchu.
Feel good, do good, and get jacked up and build a shed in your backyard. In 30 minutes, you drink one of these cans.
I'm down. I'm super down for that.
Machu Picchu, thank you.
Also, Vesyl Shipping, Vesyl.com. This is for when you sell your old snowboard boots online, when you sell your autographed Tony Hawk skate deck because you have 4 of them. You don't want to go to the post office like simpleton, a normal person, a normie. You want to ship from your house, cheap and effective.
It's the best way
That's
to
what
ship
Vesyl
your
does.
pants.
Vesyl.com, Vesyl.com.
Do you remember that
Shipping.
ad? Remember that ad that ship your pants? You can ship. You're gonna ship her.
I don't
pants.
remember that, but that's not a sponsor of ours.
Well, it's a shipping,
Vesyl is a
it's shipping
sponsor of
company.
ours.
Vesyl.
Vesyl.com.
Vesyl will ship your pants.
It's the easiest way to ship stuff, and it's the price is
ship
right.
yourself.
1620 Workwear at what the hell? 1620 Workwear at 1620 USA. This is American-made hardcore work gear for those of you out there who actually do hardcore work stuff.
Yo, is your dog just gonna gnaw on a bone the whole podcast?
Yeah. Do you have a problem with that? Do you have a problem with that,
I mean,
listeners?
It's loud.
At 1620 USA. Check them. Oleu Originals on the Instagram. Oleu_originals. This is the board shirt that I've been wearing around the world. I wore one in El Salvador, and I did not get sunburnt. My nipples did not get rashed. It's a great invention. Oleu_originals. Mint Tours. At Mint Tours. You didn't get to go to Mecca. The Mint Tour guys were at Mecca. They told us it was awesome, and we're in talks, we're in conversations to go to Japan on a POW trip.
Wait, I thought we were. What do you mean in talks? I thought we were going.
No, we're going.
Well, then the
Well,
talking
we
is
don't-
over.
We're signed up,
Okay.
but we're talking about it
Don't-
now.
Yeah, I don't want to be in talks anymore.
What can I expect when I take my first run in Japan? That is loud.
I'll see you next run.
Oh, you'll be leaving me behind. Thanks a lot. Well, my
When-
friends at Mint Tours are
When
going to
Chris
take care
is
of
looking
me.
for his pass, My pass blew off.
Oh, shut up. That happened one time.
My pocket was open and my cell phone
that happened
fell out.
twice. Okay? Twice that happened.
All right, we need to speed this up, dude.
Oh, okay.
People
At
are
Mint
here.
Tours, Beneath Apparel, BN3TH Apparel, the world's best underwear. Need I say more? It's the best underwear on the planet. You know this. Bubs Naturals, at Bubs Naturals, collagen, MCT. I drink it every single day. Hair, skin, nails, health, energy, bones, strength. Do it all with Bubs, at Bubs Naturals. And a percentage goes to an amazing charity named for our friend Bub, Glenn Doherty. Awesome dude. Try Bachans, at Try Bachans. We get a lot of feedback from our friends and family and fans that Bachans is the best.
Dude.
Do you agree?
Yeah.
Bachans
But
is
I
the
think people
best.
know. Like for a while, we were like trying to like get the word out for Bachans.
We were trying to
and
sell
now,
'em on
like
it.
everyone like knows about Bachans.
Yo, it's love at first taste.
Yeah. Slather some on you.
Slather it on. Panic and Coffee and Tea. 55 years. They know what they're doing. Todd and I are there at least once or twice a day, every day.
I go there 55 times a week.
If you want to meet Todd and drink a great cup of coffee, go to Panic and Coffee and Tea. New Greens, at New Greens. Thank you for delivering me a package of New Greens. I had one New Greens pack in a bottle of water every day of the last 4 days. I'm feeling great.
This is the longest ad block we've ever done.
DiecutStickers.com, at DiecutStickers.com. They're the best. They make all of our stickers. And this is, this is something I made. Make my own merch. We're done with the ad block, by the way.
Good,
This is
good.
actual content.
There's like 4 people listening.
This is
to
content.
Okay.
So, you know I make my own merch, right? So I made this, right? You really like that?
Mhm.
Well, this is for some Sunbender shows coming up. It's limited edition. Only 8 made. There's some diecutstickers.com in there. You get a shirt, a limited edition bonus bag.
Sick.
You can get this at Lose Records on Saturday, October 14th.
Hey, Chris, before we get into the main part of the podcast,
Ooh,
I'd just
the
like to
meat of it.
I'd like to float an idea.
Okay, go ahead.
This time of year, everyone's looking for like to get new snowboard gear, right?
Or used, yeah.
And
New or used.
So
used.
I'm thinking that we hit up. We either have a yard sale here in Encinitas.
Yes.
Or I was saying we do one at Hamburger Hut and we do the Monday Mass, world's greatest action sports yard sale.
Let's do it November 11th.
Okay.
I mean, November 11th, that night, I'll be going to see Devo at The Sound in Del Mar.
No one cares about your calendar.
But before
But
that,
what about like if we did that? Like, don't you think that would be cool?
let's do it. I'm
Okay,
look. I'm
yes.
putting it on the calendar.
Yeah,
I'm working over here.
World's greatest action sports yard sale.
Yard
Hamburger
sale.
Hut, TBD. I just think it'd be great. You could do it in their parking lot, and everyone can they can go in there and get a hamburger, and you can get. You know, it's even
And
better.
Did you ask them if we could do this?
No,
yet?
well, this is all being formulated on the fly. But they have
We're brainstorming.
There's a bar, and there's nothing that goes better than yard sale shopping when you're buzzed.
Right. No, I fully agree with that. So all of you out there who have given us free stuff in the last 5 years,
We're gonna sell
we're
it.
gonna sell it at our yard sale, and all the proceeds
I
are
mean,
gonna go directly to us.
I remember we had a yard sale once. This is a long time ago when I was living on Neptune, and this is like when the dog is
okay,
just
Pie.
the pie is just
Jeez.
chowing. But listen,
The fans don't.
we
care.
had a yard sale on Neptune. It was like me and a couple other snow bros,
Yeah.
and I swear to God, like Hanson's. I think Hanson's got mad
What do you mean?
because we were selling like brand new Oakleys for like $10.
Well, Hanson's is one of our sponsors. I think we
No,
actually.
this is
Yeah.
this is before.
Well,
And
they can be part of it.
you can come sell your
support.
wares.
Hanson Surfboards is where you go to buy your new surfboards. You buy. I went there the other day. There was tons of new gear in there. So all the snow gear's out, boards. They're redoing their rental area,
Well, I'm
new
sorry.
and improved.
We already did the ad block.
Yeah, but we didn't say Hanson
Okay,
Surfboards.
so Hanson's Surfboard.
And that's on
But
us.
I do think it'd be-
shame on us.
I think it'd be cool to do the world's greatest action sports yard sale.
the official Monday M.A.S. yard sale is happening November 11th. Spot TBD. Could be at Monday M.A.S. HQ. Could be at Hamburger Hut. I'm
Yeah, they
pretty
have
sure
there's
Hamburger
a
Hut
parking
will
lot.
love that.
They don't even open up until like 11, right? And like yard sale, like
7?
prime yard sale time is like 7 to 11.
7 to
So
11.
you come 7 to 11, and then you go eat burgers.
And if you come at like 1 and we're still there with shrapnel left over, we'll probably just give it to you.
No,
right?
no. See, that defeats the whole yard sale.
How much? So, yeah, we got
Anyway.
stuff to sell, and we're gonna raise money to
No,
buy
we're not.
food.
We're not, yeah, this is
Buy
not,
our
we're
own
not
food.
we're not raising money for any
No, this
organization.
is not going to
strictly.
charity.
I got bills.
Yeah, it's a yard sale for our own enrichment.
Yeah,
I'm,
and you can
I'm good
come
with that.
too, and if you're local, you can come and sell your own shit.
Oh, you just opened it up.
Well, yeah,
Cool.
because it's not just. I mean, if you and me, that's like 7 things. Do you have a lot of shit?
Look around you. Look around you, Todd. There's a lot of shit to sell in
All
here.
right, you should probably look. Hamburger Hut's on here right now. Hey, Hamburger Hut.
Can we have a yard sale?
We're gonna have
November
a
11th.
we're gonna have a yard sale in your parking lot the morning of Saturday, November 11th.
And don't
Oh,
worry.
we got a thumbs up. It's on. It's already. It's on
Okay.
the books. It's on the books. It's on the
Todd,
books.
make a flyer.
Okay, here we go. Surf News is brought to you by
Hanson
Surfboards.
Surfboards. Yeah.
So go.
Well, I had a wild weekend, Todd.
Tell me about your weekend.
I
in the
had a
fog.
wild weekend, so I'll break it down for you because it obviously has a lot to do with surfing. So, for the WSL Longboard Championships, it was the same format as the CT Championships, a one-day event at Malibu, which Malibu is pretty far away from Encinitas. I don't know if you knew that, but it's a trek.
It's 3.5 hours.
And it was wild because something to do with like the permits and stuff with the state park with a spot like Malibu, they got to make the call like the day before. And so they said, all right, it's going to be this weekend. We go up there on Friday. We do rehearsals, fax check where you put your headset on, you talk around the horn, and it's like, all right, cool, everything's set, we're ready to go. Stayed in Calabasas, showed up the next morning, 4:30 a.m. You can't hear waves breaking. We're going, oh no, this is gonna be gnarly.
Could you see them?
Could not see them. As the sun rose, we started to see little lines come in. It's like waist high, perfect Malibu. Everybody's ready. We fire this thing up. 9 minutes into the first heat, it's like God pulled a shower curtain across the ocean, a full whiteout, fog whiteout.
Mm-hmm.
They had to put the contest on hold. 3 hours we sit there on hold, and then it's like the fog's not going away. So it was stressful, right? Because you turn everything on, everybody's there, surfers are there, we're ready. They have to postpone it to Sunday. So my plans, like anybody cares about my plans, but that was the same. So that was Saturday night, the same night as the TransWorld 40th reunion. So I left, bombed home from Malibu around 1. Was able to go to the 40th reunion, which was super rad. Everybody, like tons of people that have worked at TransWorld, surf, skate, snow, freeze, warp, stance over the years at the Moose Lodge in Oceanside. It was super rad. I've never been to a high school reunion. Don't really care about that, but do care about the TransWorld reunion. Super fun. A lot of amazing people.
I mean,
it was rad.
TransWorld was such a major part of it.
Well, remember when we were talking about like, okay, we're tired of going to funerals. We're tired of going to, like remembrances and stuff. This was just a party to celebrate the friends that everybody made over the 40-year span of TransWorld.
I think that
and so everybody was in a great mood. It was awesome.
I think there should be more. I mean, we talked about this ad nauseum before, but like how like
good word.
We don't like weddings and funerals. Fuck that. Like it's the weddings.
Well, weddings are fun.
Weddings are kind of fun, but not really because they're always like some fucked up place, and you're like, I don't really want to spend the money, because you gotta buy clothes and all that shit. But like for like a party, that's like if you have a crew, like skaters or like the magazine or like a company, any company party that is like gets people back together again to reminisce, especially the eclectic group of human beings that made TransWorld what it was back in the day.
Oh yeah.
From the 90s all the way through. Like when did TransWorld cease to exist?
Like 2015 or 2016.
Right. So that's a lot of
So
humans.
40 years, go back then. I mean, it's basically the start of action sports culture.
Totally.
Really. I mean, like,
dude, that's how I remember the first TransWorlds. I had just gotten a skateboard.
Yep.
And the first TransWorld skateboarding magazine that I ever saw was TransWorld skateboarding. The cover was Kevin Staub doing a frontside air in Arizona on a extension. The extension didn't have coping on it.
No
and
way.
He was doing this sick frontside air, and that was like
I see. You remember that?
Fuck
How
yeah,
old were
dude.
you? You were 12,
15,
15?
probably.
See, that's so sick.
Yeah.
And so there was a couple. So Mickey Vukovic, who's a friend of the pod, apparently was the first ever subscriber to TransWorld Skateboarding. So I
First
learned
subscriber.
that. First subscriber. That was pretty cool.
Give him a plaque.
Yeah, it was a very cool, magical, fun night. Great to see everybody. Oh, and there was a slideshow playing. God, I was pretty gross.
Oh yeah, that was when
looking
that's when you
I
were
was-
like
yeah.
Creature Chris.
So it was it was great because I could only stay for 2 hours, and so I didn't overstay. I was kind of like in and out. But while I was there, I kept looking up, and I'd see these disgusting photos of myself looking bloated, sweaty. For some reason, I was always wearing like a open Hawaiian shirt with a bunch of necklaces.
Yeah, you had a lot of necklaces at one
And
point.
like my hair was all fucked, and I was just like, and so it was great because I'm like, and everyone's looking at me like, huh, wow, you look way better. So it was an ideal type of reunion situation. I was happy that I looked better than I did back then. Anyway, so I drove back up to Malibu, stayed at this haunted ass hotel in Calabasas, haunted for sure. I think it was like a remade like mental institution or old folks home. It was just weird. Soldier Boy was there. He's staying at the hotel.
Wait,
Soldier Boy, the rapper,
Soldier Boy.
unrelated to the longboard event. Anyway, go back on Sunday to Malibu. Same damn thing happens. It's beautiful, sunny. Everyone's like, oh, today's the day. Waist high, chest high, perfect Malibu. Fog comes in literally 5 minutes before the contest was supposed to start.
Surfing is so stupid.
They called it off. And of course, you know, because they need a certain amount of time to do the day. And so it got to that point. They called it off. 10 minutes later, the sun comes out. It was just wild. Anyway, so the event happened Monday morning. So I stayed up there again. Everybody had to extend their trip and blah, blah, blah. But it was actually a super rad event. There's something special about Malibu, regardless of what boards you ride, what type of surfing
being
you
in the
like.
water without anybody out there.
Yeah, it's just like it's a special place for surf culture, for the history of the sport. Perfect longboard waves, you know, people, because I feel like longboarding in knee to waist high waves at a long perfect wave like that is ideal because you actually have to show your full skill set. And it did make me think of lowers, right? So Kai Salas won, the first Hawaiian to win a men's longboard title since Dwayne DeSoto like 10 years ago. Super rad guy, 42 years old. So did it for the 40-somethings, which, thank you, Kai. Soleil Erico, Malibu local, won for the women. It's just nice to watch.
I remember I was in Mexico. The first time I ever like went to like the Saladita area in Mexico. There was this weird fucking dude in the water, and if anyone is in like on my live chat right now, they may remember this dude. But he would only, because Saladita is like a long left, like a long longboard left.
Yes.
This dude would longboard naked. That was his deal. He was like some creepy.
Wait, that was me. That was the trip I was on
No,
with you.
dude, it was not you. This guy was like straight out of like this full wook, like really
I love
like
that word.
dressed dreadlock, like. But this is like
He wasn't the handstand guy, right?
no, dude, he was fucking naked, and there was like people there calling it dongboarding when he was doing it because he was just
I like that.
he was just nude.
I
He would
like
just
that.
walk around the beach nude, and he kind of like lived up the point, like in the fucking woods.
Somebody messaged me and was like, I think that announcers at longboard events should longboard, and I don't think Todd's idea of wrapping a leash around the guy's testicles
Oh,
is
really?
a good idea.
You don't think that's a good idea? No shit. That's why I said it. Come on, fucking new to the podcast. I hate
Todd,
everything.
I just don't think that that's going to work logistically speaking. Okay, so most of your ideas I like, but some ideas like that one.
Anyway.
But you know what's cool is I actually met and talked to a couple different people who were fans of the podcast, and they said they love how we are different in our opinions.
Who?
And, a couple different people. I'm not just
Oh, you
making
me
this
and you.
up. Yeah, you
Oh.
and I are we're similar but we're also different. So we tend to actually have conversations. Whereas many other podcasts in our space are echo chambers of two like-minded people. Usually it's two negative people. In our case, it's one negative person and one positive person. Like
Whatever.
a battery that charges the world. I'm not calling you negative.
You are. You just said I was negative.
It was good to hear that feedback because we agree on most things, but
Not that.
not everything. So
wrap a leash around your dong.
and just to wrap, so the longboard event was super rad, and it made me think about lowers. And I gotta say that I do like to have lowers now. That more and more I think about it at the end of the year, because again, it shows the complete skill set of the surfers. If it was just a tube riding contest, that's a tube riding contest. But we've gone over that a million times. It's reaffirmed my positive thoughts on the finals day format via longboarding, and it was cool. And
Hey,
you should watch it. It's a fun watch.
Check this out.
And it took me 5.5 hours to get home from Malibu, so
Fuck.
I'm never going back.
Dude, LA is like it's
Radical.
you could drive to Canada faster than I think you can drive to LA.
Dude,
if you went through, like it's the worst.
There's one way in and one way out, and if they're both blocked, it literally. So Malibu to Santa Monica should be 20 minutes. Took me 2 hours.
You should jet ski up there next time.
I'm going to.
Hey, did you? I know that we both seen this, but it is available now on Stab if you have premium. Sheldon Pajan's Through the Doggy Door. If you haven't seen it, please watch it. It's amazing for so many different reasons. I can't recommend this. It's a movie, you know.
Documentary by Alani Media.
And it's won a whole bunch of awards, and just the
yeah.
surfing is great. Listening to Mason Ho narrate something in itself
Bravo.
is the best. It's just there's so many layers of awesome.
Yeah.
And it's on Stab right now.
What's cool, because like you said, it's been at a bunch of film festivals, and I love that. But at the same time, if you're not in a place where it was at a film festival, you're like, this thing's been out for months, and I want to see it so bad.
It's so good.
Now it's available to all of us.
So good.
Stab Premium? I think it's Stab Premium.
You gotta pay.
Stab Premium's worth it. I mean, I have a lot of subscriptions.
Cancel
that
your
are stupid.
subscription to Surfline and take that money and reinvest it in Stab.
I like my Surfline subscription.
Why? It's the same.
I do both.
It's the same forecast every day.
I do both subscriptions.
We all know.
Yeah,
we know.
Through the Doggy Door streaming now. This is pretty cool. 2 Encinitas surfers, that's our hometown here at Monday Mass HQ, kicked ass in Portugal at the second to last Challenger Series event, Sarah. You had Encinitas local Alyssa Spencer win the women's division. She is now up within the cut line, so one more result for Alyssa in Saquarema, which is the next Challenger Series, and she'll be on the championship tour.
Has she been on the championship tour yet?
No, she's been
All right, so
right
this is like a thing.
outside the cut line for 2 years. David Silva, ripping Brazilian goofy footer, won for the dudes, but Encinitas homie Jake Marshall got second place, and he is now within striking distance of re-qualifying for the championship tour.
Well, that was 2 years ago he was on tour? Year before last.
2022.
Okay.
Yeah, so most likely Jake Marshall's going to be back on tour. Fingers crossed. Again, one big, and that's the crazy thing about the Challenger Series, is anything can happen in Saquarema. So we'll wait and see.
That's their town slogan.
Go Jake. Yeah. You can get yourself a Saquarema Slammer, which I'm not going to talk about because I know some of you are at work, and that's not safe for work. Stem cell treatments.
Love it.
Okay, so Shane Dorian, and I think I've heard about stem cell treatments. I've heard about it for my hair. Like people do like regrow hair
It's
through
the
it.
best when you harvest him from the youngest.
I'm not doing the pubes glued to my head, if that's what you're talking about.
That's not stem cell research.
That's not?
No.
That's pube cell research. Shane Dorian is documenting his journey. There's no one main injury. It's not like I'm doing it on my knee because I think it's like paddling, shoulders, everything. Shane Dorian is beaten up.
He's blown out, and he just wants to go and get some stem cells. It's like, yeah.
Because I think I heard about it on Joe Rogan. Somebody was talking about going.
Escamilla went down there.
Yeah, Tijuana.
Yep, and I guess apparently it's great.
You get picked up at the border in like a limo, and then they take your what do they take your blood, spin it around, and put it back in?
They oxygenate your blood by spinning it, and then they give you a bunch of vitamin treatments, and then they talk to you about the plan for
Oh,
like
you have to talk.
if you've got a knee or back or whatever, and like where they're gonna do the stem cell injections. And I think it's over a couple of days.
Have you done it?
No, I followed Escamilla's really closely because there's shit that I would like to get stemmed up.
Yeah, I think I would like to do both of my shoulders because I have.
But I want to harvest the stem cells myself.
Can I have some of yours?
So I'm just gonna go around town harvesting stem cells from the people that I think are the best candidates.
Like you go and you like get some baby toenails and stuff, and you grind them up.
Yeah, I'm gonna harvest it.
Smart. So we'll be following that journey as well. When you're super athletic and muscular, and you've got a really good physique, like Todd and I, you got to start thinking about stem cells in these things, right?
Is it
when you're athletes?
Are stem
like
cells
us,
still like controversial?
No, I don't think so.
Like,
I don't know.
I feel like there's probably,
everything's controversial.
There's probably like a hot button.
Are we getting canceled?
What?
Shit.
It's not fast
No, I'm
enough.
talking about my own stem cells. Todd's the one talking about.
I'm just talking about like because there was all that. There was like, obviously it's not happening in the U.S.
Where are you going?
I'm not saying anything. I'm
where
just
are
saying
you going? We're live. Just remember
the
this.
stem cell research isn't. I mean, or the actual application of it's not happening in the U.S. People have to go to Mexico. So obviously there's some weird.
No, it
shit.
does happen in the U.S.
It does?
Well, the oxygenated blood thing, they do
That's
it in
not
Encinitas.
stem cells.
Oh.
That's just spinning your blood.
Oh, well, then I guess we're just spinning our wheels.
Next.
All the way to TJ to get some stem cells. This is a bummer. Hayden Shapes' main factory in Australia burnt down. And have you ever seen a surfboard factory on fire? It's gnarly because that shit burns fast and hot. So good luck to Hayden Shapes and the crew.
Hypto Crispos.
Oh, man, too soon. You always do it too soon. Italo Ferreira. Italo Ferreira is the only male surfing gold medalist in history for at least another couple months. He's been riding for Billabong for a long time. He was the face of the brand. So Stoke Ed. Now he is stickerless in Seattle. Stickerless in Sakurama, excuse me. Wherever he is.
This is all. I mean, this is like the.
This is part of it, right?
This is the transition of board riders and the group ABG that came in. And
how much do you think Italo was making from Billabong?
I don't know.
For a year, $1 million.
More likely than not, and this is happening within the industry, and it's being talked about now. Like, there's a lot of people that have contracts that are up, and if your contract is up during this time of transition between board riders and the way that it's being partitioned out, whether it's Billabong or Ruka or Quicksilver or DC, if your contract is up, you're pretty much cut.
So I don't carry wetsuits anymore from Billabong.
I didn't even know. Wouldn't even know where to even, because it's weird because the way that this whole thing works is that apparel goes to one licensee. The design of I'm just talking about like Quicksilver at this point. The design of the outerwear is in a different place. Wetsuit design and sales are run out of another place. So it's like I don't even understand I'm sure it's all going to just work somehow.
Right.
But like my pea-sized brain can't comprehend how this all jives.
Which one of these is yours?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's confusing. It's concerning. I don't necessarily worry about Italo because
he'll be fine.
I think more so. For example, I was thinking like I've worn Billabong wetsuits for a while for the last couple of years. I'm like, okay, well,
what's the best wetsuit you've ever worn?
I am going to get a Buell wetsuit, Dane Reynolds model.
Do you remember?
Try that out.
Can you remember
Buell
the first wetsuit that you got where
one.
you were like, this wetsuit has changed the game for me?
Probably an O'Neill Reactor back in the day, because before that it was overlock stitching on most of the wetsuits that I had, and you would get bloody rashes. O'Neill Reactor, I think I got it for Christmas, and then I remember my first proper wetsuit sponsor was Breaker Out Wetsuits out of Japan, and those were
Japanese.
Those were custom measured, and I would pick my own colors, get a box of 12 wetsuits at a time.
Dude, I went to
Japan
one year on a Quicksilver trip, and there was a Quicksilver store that was in Tokyo, And in the Quicksilver store in Tokyo was a custom wetsuit
Machine.
No, it was a person who measured you
Yeah.
like they were measuring you for a suit. And I went in there and got measured for a wetsuit. And then like 6 months later, this wetsuit that was completely different than any other wetsuit that Quicksilver had or anyone else's that I've ever used
With that
in my
Japanese
life.
Yokohama rubber.
Dude, it's fucked up. Like I don't know if it's just like harp seal that they use.
Probably.
Dolphin,
Stem cell baby harp
dolphin
seal thing.
skin. But it was like so oily and nice, and it was stolen out of the back of my truck.
I think we should all really look at more independent brands. I did get a short arm full from a local company called Monera that was buttery soft and really nice. Short arm full. I think it was a 2.2, flexible, warm. That was a great wetsuit recently. I'm looking forward to that Buell wetsuit to try out this winter.
I do think that there's probably a lot of like the wetsuit technology hasn't jumped as far as I thought it would. I think a couple of years ago, Quicksilver made a 1 millimeter
comp full suit.
It wasn't like it wasn't supposed to be like comp full suit, but it was Japanese rubber, and the way that the rubber worked was oh my god, the
First Machu Picchu ever.
the rubber it was 2 mil, but
You just said it was 1 mil.
No, actually, no. You're right. It was a 1 mil suit that acted like a 3.2. Like
I remember
that.
that.
Remember that?
Yeah.
And it was all glued together, but it was like I had a sample, and I wore it for like 3 days, and then I put my leg straight through one of the panels.
So in that case, that did not work.
It didn't work. But
What do you guys?
Yeah.
Excited
What are you guys?
about this winter?
What kind of wetsuits?
Yeah.
I'll put it in the chat.
Stick it in the comment.
Put
it in the computer.
Yeah.
What else we got here? Oh, this is not good news. So there's a wave in Iceland. There's two kind of famous waves in Iceland. There's a million waves there, but there's two that have been photographed and put on video. One of them is in Reykjavik, close to the town. It's a super fun right hand rock.
You've been there, right?
I've been there. I've surfed this wave. It's sick. So basically, our homies in Iceland, Ellie Thor and the crew, there was swell coming. They were down on the beach. They go surfing, and out of nowhere, a giant boat pulls into where the break is and starts digging on the rocks. And they're like, "What the hell is going on?" So this company came. And they basically said, "We're making a cruise ship port right here."
What?
Like, fuck this wave. We're making a cruise ship point. They didn't have permission from the government.
Wait.
And so the
Wait,
surfers...
wait.
Yeah.
What do you mean? They just like showed up and started digging a...
That's okay. So that's what it says, right?
That can't be right, dude.
The Icelandic language is not easy to... surf community... came together and basically they protested. They literally paddled over to where the boat was and they're like, "You guys stop." There's no
way they just showed up and started digging a port.
Look, there's similar things that have happened in the Canary Islands, in Barbuda, King Island.
A rogue boat shows up and just starts digging a harbor.
Yes. So if you go change.org, there's a petition you can sign, you can donate to raise awareness for this. And it's just like one of those things, these greedy corporate assholes that they don't view surfing or waves as a precious resource, which they are. And luckily the government was like on the side of the surfers. So for now, it's in flux, right?
Was Bjork involved?
I hope Bjork gets involved. But Ellie Thor and the crew down there are super rad people. And there's not a lot of places to surf in Iceland, especially near Reykjavik. And so I really hope that this is
Reykjavik
solved.
cool?
Reykjavik it's great. Iceland is amazing. You've never been there?
No. Why would I go
You've been
there?
in Norway, though.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm not saying it's the same thing, but it's similar. And I heard Greenland's not great.
No. Where we?
Iceland is great. I'm not talking shit on Greenland for all of our viewers in Greenland.
Well, they're flip-flopped.
I've never been there.
Remember that? They flip-flopped it so people wouldn't go to the blah, blah, blah.
So Greenland is actually very icy. Iceland is green until winter. And then I went on a surf trip there with Josh Kerr. We had the best time ever. The Empire. You can check out The Empire. on the gram. They do Iceland tours.
Okay.
So that's the surf news that I have. I rode a longboard at Malibu for the first time in about a decade. That was
What's
cool.
what's your level? Are you a danger to everyone in the lineup on a longboard?
No.
I am.
I can cross step. I can get to the nose. I mean, I probably look a little goofy compared to the best in the world, but I
I'm
can
like
do it.
a soccer mom with 13 kids in the back of the car, and everyone is screaming.
I would love to see
I
you
am
on a
over
longboard.
caffeinated. And as soon as I stand up, it's like, good luck, everyone.
I would love to see you on a log.
It doesn't
Like a proper
It
log.
doesn't turn.
You gotta go back to the tail and drop that back.
Yeah,
knee
but
and
it's way.
style it
it's way-
out.
Don't make me come back there. That's what I say to the tail of the board. Don't make me come back there.
Don't do it. That was surf news.
All right.
Hope you
Skate
enjoyed
news is
it.
brought to you by Beneath Apparel. BN3TH. It keeps your undercarriage.
We put our underwear where our mouth is. Does that make sense? We don't just talk about Beneath. We be about Beneath. We love it. The World Skate Park Olympic qualifiers thing went off in Rome. Park looked amazing. Kind of looked like a Vans Park Series /
Which I miss.
Marseille setup. And this is really cool because for a long time, let's start with the men's. For a long time, it's been the same names over and over. And they're great names. We love those names.
Mhm.
But now we have 3 new names of skaters we know and love that won this event. Starting off with 3rd place, Tate Carew,
Nice.
Team USA.
San Diego homie.
Luigi Cini, new name from Brazil, and winning this. A guy that skates in Encinitas all the time. He is the nicest kid. He is so good at skateboarding.
Yeah.
I believe he's 15, 16. Talking about Gavin Bacher, Team USA, 94.03 run. Did you watch
Yeah.
some of his highlights?
Yeah, it was crazy.
God, wow.
Kids are so good.
They're so good.
The
And
women-
again, I love that there's 3 new names on top.
And the women's side of things was freaking
Bananas.
bonkers too.
But the usual suspects for women. Team Japan, of course, comes through. M.A.S.S, though, Team USA, 3rd place. She was ripping. This is a new name to me. Kusaki Hinano, 2nd. And then Hiraki Kokona, one of my favorite skaters.
Dude,
So good.
nose grinds
Just
for way too
A
long.
sorceress.
Mm-hmm.
Probably the best nose grind of any woman on
Front
the
side
planet.
and back side.
So that was cool. That was fun to watch.
Then we had Street League.
Street League went down as well.
We had homies there.
Yeah, we had homies there, and it's pretty kind of similar for the women in Street League. These are 3 names we know and love. These are 3 names that have been on top of the podium, kind of rotating. Mamiji got 3rd, Raisa Leo got 2nd, and Chloe Cavell won.
Local girl.
USA, Australia, Brazil, Japan. And then in the feel-good moment of the season, Nigel Houston got 3rd, Deshaun Jordan 2nd, and then the feel-good moment of the season, Felipe Gustavo gets a win.
There was
He's the
some,
greatest.
There was
He's
some
so cool. I love
crazy
him.
tricks that came out of that comp from people that didn't win,
Yeah,
but just did like the.
the most
There's some of these
radical,
young
crazy
up and coming Japanese skaters are doing shit that like they like you have to have so much control over your body on a rail, and then to bring your body unnaturally back the other way.
Yeah, while flipping your board,
It's
probably.
flipping in, and it's just so. It's like skateboarding has become so
contest
comically
skating.
technical. It's so like if you imagine like if you like sent a skater from now back into the 90s, like early 90s, just dropped one of these skaters into an early 90s,
Yeah.
like say the H Street, and like
It's almost like the wildest, probably back then considered circus tricks that somebody was doing on a ledge. You know, let's say
H Street video was all
Yeah,
like,
like-
you know, no one could even relate because it was so far like Hensley.
backside, backside 180 heel flip, switch nose grinder, whatever. Tricks that somebody did on a ledge that were almost like a Hail Mary. Kids are doing that down 10-stair rails now. And I think that Tony Hawk's Pro Skater really was now, when I look back and think about it, that's what a lot of these young skaters grew up seeing early on where you can go tray flip, blunt slide, double heel flip, you know, like you can do any trick. And so that was kind of just reiterated into their brains playing this game, and that's now what's happening.
Yeah, it's pretty
Combinations from hell. It's super fun to watch, and I love that we're in skate contest season as well. This is fun if you're in the Southern California area. The Vans Make Impact Tour is hitting Pood's Park on
It's
the
this
14th,
weekend.
This weekend,
Saturday.
That's going to be from 2 to 5. There's going to be a skate jam with the Vans team: Anthony Van Engelen, Rowan, Rowley, Kyle Walker, Elijah Burrell, Diego Todd, Kern Caples, Ray Barbie's going to be there. So from 2 to 5, you got a skate jam with the Vans team, and then the locals can come out and do a cash for tricks.
Wow.
That will be judged and cashed out by the Vans skate team. So that's going to be sick. And then right after that, 6 to 9, there's a community art show, and Ray Barbie's going to play a live set at Rose Street Skate Shop. So big happenings in the skate world in Encinitas.
Big happenings this weekend.
Big
period.
happenings this weekend. And then between 5 and 6, my band Sunbender is playing at Lose Records for the Rad Maps release party. So it's all happening. It's going to be a busy day. Other news from around the skate world: Bam Margera doing great.
How do you know?
Bam, because I've seen it on Instagram, and I believe everything I see on Instagram. No, he was skating with Jin Woo. We saw him a couple weeks ago skating at FDR. He's been hanging out with Brandon Novak, who is a globally renowned sober coach. So things are looking good for Bam, and we love to hear that because he's skating a lot again, and the clips are getting better and better every time. So that's awesome to hear.
There's also a bit of other news that came in that I just started paying attention to the other day. Well, obviously Tampa Am starts
Tampa Am's
this
the 12th
weekend.
through the 15th. Yeah, it's going to be a banger.
But also the skate park of Tampa just rebuilt their vert ramp outside,
Yep.
which has already been seeing some insane sessions go down.
Paul Zitzer, Bucky Lasik,
Zitzer, Bucky, Frazier, like the who's
Mike
who.
Frazier.
But I'll tell you this morning, our buddy Paul Zitzer posted a bunch of footage of Bucky skating.
He's pretty good.
Bucky's 51.
Yeah.
Dude,
He's Kelly Slater-esque.
He's so it's really hard to please go and check out Bucky Lasik's Instagram. He is so fucking good still. Like, it is crazy. He's so
I don't think he's as good as he's ever been, right?
I mean I was saying that a couple of years ago because he just got bored skating regular and just started skating switch, but not like the switch lip slide, even though he can do that.
Yeah.
He started doing switch inverts and switch eggplants and switch weird switch stuff that like you have to pay the fiddler to figure out how to just.
Yeah.
But Bucky he did
he rolls
like a chest high no comply over the channel on that. It's just stuff. Like, Bucky is so good.
Yeah, and how highly rated he is, he's still underrated.
True.
I mean, like, I feel like if Tony Hawk, everyone from Tony Hawk to Mike Frazier to, anyone in the skate world will tell you how good Bucky Lasik is. You say Lasik, I say Lasik.
Just keep saying it.
How good Bucky is. He's really good. So, yeah, Tampa Am, tune in. Skate Park of Tampa, always a great event. Snow News is brought to you by Mint Snowboard Tours, which Todd and I will be on, but that's not important because there's actually real awesome pros like Chad Otterstrom and all these amazing snowboarders that you could not get on a trip with unless you knew somebody. Well, now you know somebody. At Mint Tours, check them out. Go on your dream trip. Why not? YOLO.
YOLO.
The comet's probably going to hit the Earth any minute. So
If we're lucky.
if it's coming and you're like, I've never snowboarded in Japan, I blew it. So do it. I'm not telling you to like go beyond above your means and spend your money, but you should.
Do it.
Have a garage sale.
Sell your parents.
Have a
Sell your
sale.
parents' car and just disappear.
Yes.
That's what
and into
I'm
the
advocating
powder.
for you to do that.
Yes. And
Take a
tell 'em Todd
mortgage
said
out
it.
on your uncle's house.
Mint
Second
Tours.
mortgage. Don't say anything and just disappear.
Yes. Go to Japan on a Mint tour. Mint Tours.
All right, check this out.
Sequencer's coming at you, and guess what?
Sequencer.
I saw Todd Richards on an Instagram post.
The
shredding.
Quicksilver, our new Quicksilver movie, is premiering this Friday, the 13th, at Hamburger Hut here in Encinitas. If you
It's
are
right over there.
local, if you are in and around San Diego area, Get there at 5 o'clock. Get there early. You can have hamburgers. You can have some buzzy drinks.
You can get stoked.
And then you can watch a snowboard movie with a whole bunch of the people that made it possible. It's going to be a blowout, so get there early. Lots of giveaways, boards and outerwear, and et cetera, et cetera.
I'll try to make it. It's 2 blocks away.
So this is like I said, this is a pretty action-packed weekend. I know that on Saturday, in addition to this Cash for Tricks thing and the Sunbender show and the Ray Barbie thing, after that there is Standard Films is premiering their new movie at La Paloma.
Come on!
So there's a lot happening this weekend.
It's a total Monday Mass type of weekend.
It is
all action.
It's Monday Massive.
All weekend. What else we got? Jake Burton in Londonderry, Vermont. Londonderry.
It's not Londonderry.
Londonderry, Vermont. Sorry, I've only been to Vermont twice. Burlington. My cousins and uncle and aunt live there.
Why did you go to Burlington?
They lived there, and I went to visit. I went to my cousin's wedding. It was great. So there's a new plaque, like a memorial plaque, for Jake Burton, and can't think of a, it's so warranted. It's so great. That's where modern snowboarding started, right? I mean,
well, it's on the East Coast, that's
where Burton started.
I know, like Kelly Clark, Vermont, born and bred. Donna Carpenter, they were there to dedicate the plaque to the home of Burton Snowboards, and I would say the snowboard culture on the East Coast stemmed from everything that Jake and the people that surrounded him brought. And it's really cool to see a historic commemorative. Yeah, it's a proper like monument of the state of Vermont.
1977 really cool. Is when Burton started. Pretty cool. Todd, you're going to be very busy, I think, because FIS just confirmed 11 World Cup stops in the United States for 2023 and 2024.
I don't think all of
these... This is the most World Cups ever. Most of them are free skiing.
Yeah, there's a lot of free skiing ones, but I know that we are going to be at Copper Mountain for a half pipe and a big air in December.
Here, let me ask you about these events.
Okay,
you get me excited about them. Okay, December 13th through the 16th, Visa Big Air by Toyota at Copper Mountain.
Right.
What about it? Why should I care?
Well, there's going to be people flipping multiple times in the air. It's going to be, I don't know, it's a snowboard contest. Go to Copper on a weekend, and you can see some of the best in the business try to start their points to go to the Olympics in 2026.
January 31st through February 3rd, the Toyota U.S. Grand Prix in Mammoth Mountain, slopestyle, and half.
Okay, listen to this. Now listen to me.
I'm listening. We're all listening. Everybody's listening.
Listen more.
Closer.
Because between January 31st and February 3rd, there will be a massive snowstorm at Mammoth.
Really?
There has never been a Grand Prix at Mammoth where it hasn't freaking dumped during the event. It's almost as if that event guarantees a snowstorm.
Good.
Or at least ungodly amounts of wind.
Good if it snows before, but we don't want a snowstorm during the half pipe or slopestyle event, correct? It looks cool on camera, though.
Yeah.
Are you going to be working these events?
I'll probably be in Connecticut calling it.
Okay, so we need to go to Japan with Mint Tours before January 31st.
Don't worry about it. And also, it is that time when we're, God, it's crazy, like, to think about, like,
yard sale time.
Well, we have the yard sale time. Yeah, it's the yard sale every time you go snowboarding time. But right now we've got everyone is in your favorite place in the world.
Trollhaugen?
Nope.
Sassafé.
Over near Sassafé. Everyone's over there. Meyerhofen and like some of these other resorts where like everyone shows up and blows up in early season. And I can tell you right now, I saw some footage already.
People getting clipped up?
Dude, Scotty James this morning, I just was paying attention to my Instagram on the toilet, just logging onto the internet. And Scotty James did this freaking trick. I will describe it to you.
Please do.
Because Scotty's a switch stance master.
Yes, he is. He's one of the most technical riders ever.
He probably did like a 10-foot high switch McTwist rewind. So what means he goes up, does the full flip like he's going to come back in like normal, and then like lightly shifts his hips.
Here, do it with the Sunbender.
No, it doesn't even work. It doesn't even work. So he goes up the wall, backside, does the McTwist, like the traditional tuck your head, kind of more flippy style McTwist.
Upside down,
right?
inverted.
And then as he's coming back in, he lightly shifts his hips and comes in the same way he went back up the wall.
Yeah,
It is
that hard?
It's unfathomably hard.
Okay, so I am a huge Rewind fan.
Me too.
When Rennie Renacongas, Fridge, that kind of crew.
Marcus Cleveland was the
Cleveland,
first one to like really bring it onto the scene.
And they were doing it more like slope style.
Yeah.
But I love a Rewind, and I don't think anyone needs to go beyond 540.
It doesn't like that. These kind of tricks, like you have like your, people. Someone just landed a 2160. It's like that kind of shit's. It's okay. That's like
good,
you can see you can see the linear line of progression. It's always like one more spin,
it's
one more rotation. It's a number. You're just chasing this freaking chart of numbers. But when someone does something that is so against the grain, and it takes
literally,
like you have to, like the amount of thought and consciousness of how your hips are, because you just have to turn your hips so subtly to bring that trick back in the same way you went up the wall. Like that's where I want to see snowboarding going. I want to see weird stuff.
It's like you have to defy the rules set by Shakira. When she said, "Your hips don't lie," you've got to break that and make your hips lie to get the rewind. And I know that Scotty James is a big Shakira fan. And so it probably was a little bit of a decision he had to make in, do I defy what Shakira said and make up this trick? Or do I respect Shakira's wishes and not do this trick? I like that he defied her wishes. Thank you, Scotty James. And sorry, Shakira. But his hips do lie. And he's really good at snowboarding.
That was a solid 45
I'm
seconds.
going to edit that
Shakira.
out of the podcast. I love Trollhaugen. I've never been there. I don't know anything about it. I love the name.
It's a skate park.
And so basically what I just read about Trollhaugen, and this was on NPR, so it's pretty cool that they're covering this.
Hold on.
Yeah, hold on.
Okay. Before we get into Trollhaugen fandom,
Okay.
I want to rewind this podcast.
Oh, because Scotty
back to surfing for a split.
Dude, that was so long ago.
It doesn't fucking matter because now I'm on one. So last week, Lost Surfboards put out this clip.
Oh, the Todd rant.
Of Griffin Colapinto.
Todd rant.
Doing basically a Vesyl backside 360 on a surfboard. And as it goes in surfing, and I would like to credit Lost with being savvy enough to create a ton of interaction on their Instagram page by saying, "What is this trick?"
Well, that's the game plan to get people talking.
I'd like
and
to.
It got you talking.
I'd like to believe
works.
that. I'm not sure I really believe that. I
totally
truly think that 2% of surfers actually know, give a shit, have paid attention to, skate, and know what the tricks are. Because then when they asked, "What is this trick?" the actual names that were being thrown in the chat.
You have to admit some of those were a joke.
I do not think so. Some people were saying finger flip. Another dude was saying a back flip. Like just shit.
I love
like,
that you care.
I care enough to like
We care a lot. Who sings that song?
Look, that's Faith No More. Stupidity is stupidity for stupidity's sake. And I am not here for that. And I just think, look, Griff is amazing. He's doing stuff because he can, because he is so far and above mortal surfers. But like, look, dude, you can't just like.
Well, don't blame Griff.
I'm not. That's what I'm saying. Like he just went out and did it, and he probably has no idea. But Griff, like.
It is kind of interesting if you think about it, right? So I know Griff can ride a skateboard.
I'm sure they all
but
can. Like all these young
I know
kids.
he doesn't watch skate videos or skate contests enough to know the proper name of that trick. So does it really count if he's just kind of making it up as he goes?
No, but he's not the one he's not like
the commenters on
he's
Instagram
he's not saying about. Like he's not like trying to rename it. But I need to put this out there.
You did put it out there on your Instagram.
I'm putting this out there right now.
A new thing.
I'm putting the walls up.
Okay.
These are the walls, and you need to stay within these walls. If you go outside these walls,
do it.
you're a moron.
Me?
Anyone.
All of us?
If you are using your hand to grab the board and turn it and put it back on your feet, like Griff did, it is not a big spin. It is a varial. A big spin
no grab.
is no grab. Brian Lottie arguably came up with the big spin back in frickin' God knows how long ago.
Yeah.
That is a big spin.
And
okay?
we do care about this stuff. We do. We really do.
If you're grabbing the board and turning the board, it is a varial.
And I will always say that this quote unquote debate
There's no
is
debate.
great.
There's no debate. There's no, it's not fun.
It's fun to see you get riled up for a lot of us.
I'm just
that's what we love.
Look, dude, I've said it before.
When things piss you off, we love it.
People can't figure out how to peel a die cut sticker, we're doomed. If you can't figure out that a varial is a board movement when you grab it with your hand.
You know there's a die cut sticker here in this Sunbender bonus pack? It's right
there. Just
Not
everything is just because the board rotates doesn't mean it's a big spin.
Some of us are with you, man. Some of us are not.
Just because the board rotates doesn't make it a big spin.
Some people don't give a shit what you say.
Right.
And I don't agree with those people. I give a shit what you say.
This is for the 0.0002% of people that get as annoyed as I do.
Get upset.
I get annoyed. You know who really gets annoyed? Pierre Workberg. Don't get the Swedes started on this stuff. He actually will argue with Kelly Slater for 4 days.
Yeah. But you know what? It's fun. And a good Todd rant is, if anybody out there wants to fire him up and get him ranting, do it. It makes for better
content. Checky just coined the phrase. This is mass debating.
Masturbating.
Yeah, this is what we're doing.
New segment.
It's a new segment.
Brought to you by
masturbation.
Brought to you by the Czech Republic. On Instagram.
Diecutstickers.com. I need a new sticker.
We got a diecutsticker.com right here. In this
the new sticker
limited edition
just says, I listen for the masturbation.
Yeah. Okay, you can.
Then we're done now.
Email that to me.
I just said it.
Well,
I don't need to email
it. A little bit more.
Why do we have to involve the computer?
Why
do we need to involve the computer? The computer.
Why don't you call our friends at Die Cut Sticker? And because I do it every time.
Look, I don't want another stack of stickers really that don't go anywhere.
I have a bunch. I cries free stickers. Those stickers go all over the place. Trollhaugen is the best name for a snowboard spot ever. And on NPR this morning, there was a great article. So basically, they're called snow scientists, Trollhaugen snow scientists.
You got to come up with a better name.
They have a patch of snow that they covered up and preserved through the summer, and they're already riding it right now. Marsha Hovey, who's the marketing director at Trollhaugen, we love you. I've never been there. I don't know if I could even do anything there because it looks like there's rails and stuff. But I'd like to go there and maybe get like a Trollhaugen t-shirt or coffee mug.
If anyone is out at Trollhaugen and there's t-shirts, can you send Chris one? Because there's nothing I would like to see more is people asking Chris about his Trollhaugen shirt.
A Trollhaugen hoodie? If you got me a Trollhaugen hoodie XL, I will send you a Monday Mass care package for the ages.
Okay.
And I'm going to buy some stuff at Todd's garage sale and send that to you, too. Jeff Brushy is being inducted into the U.S. Ski and Snowboarding Hall of Fame in Park City in March. But the announcement just came up. Why is Jeff, for people that don't know about Jeff Brushy, why is Jeff Brushy in the Hall of Fame?
Jeff Brushy not only is one of the most charismatic, stylish, influential snowboarders to have ever strapped in, he is an East Coast icon. He is an East Coast gem. We already have a flyer for the yard sale.
Corner Pizza.
But Jeff Brushy, he has influenced so much of myself and anyone that came up on the East Coast.
This is at Corner Pizza. Sorry to interrupt.
It's at Corner Pizza now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, Jeff Brushy is the shit.
Jeff Brushy.
This is fantastic. He's from Heinsberg, Vermont. It's outside Burlington.
That's near Eldonbury.
Londonderry.
Oh, yeah. It's by that, too.
Brushy. Jeff Brushy, ladies and gentlemen. Inducted into the Hall of Fame. That is fantastic. I couldn't think of a better person. I'm quite frankly shocked that it's taken this long to get him in there.
He's one of those names that seems like they would be like first ballot Hall of Famer.
Brush is the shit.
And he's
Thank
famous
you.
for like doing
Dreadlocks,
methods, backside methods,
huge airs,
backside
like
methods,
really bringing
frontside indies.
kind of. He's like the dude that kind of like really bridged the gap early
So-
on between hip hop and snowboarding.
So it's okay for Jeff Brushy to have blonde dreadlocks, in your opinion?
He doesn't have blonde hair.
Oh, he doesn't?
No.
Okay, so you're fine with those dreadlocks.
This was back when there was a lot of white guys with dreadlocks, and it was kind of okay.
And if it's Jeff Brushy, he can do whatever he wants.
Right.
Yeah. Last weekend,
Not so much now. How much would it cost for you just to get some dreads?
me,
Yeah.
I don't. I'd have to have a lot of Bubs collagen
Do you think?
for a long time.
Does
to
your hair get
dreads.
longer than that?
It kind of turns into like pubic hair.
That's a perfect
gets
for dreadlocks.
$100,000.
For dreadlocks.
Yeah, and they'll probably be short dreads. I'll look like the singer of Offspring. What's his name?
Yes.
Noodles?
Noodles.
Or no, Noodles is
No,
the
Noodles
guitar
is a guitar
player.
guy.
Chester?
I don't know. You're just saying names.
I don't know. Last weekend, there was a dusting of snow on the Cornice Bowl of Mammoth, and
People made turns, yo.
snowboarders went up there and did turns. So shit's happening. And we're having a garage sale on November 11th at Corner Pizza.
Where's the thing?
It's on your phone.
So it's not at Hamburger Hut anymore. It's now been moved to Corner Pizza.
Yeah. So instead of hamburgers, you're getting pizza.
Do you guys like pizza?
I love pizza.
This is freaking great. I can't
Yeah.
believe Jason already blasted
We'll
this
figure it out. No, that's for approval. We'll figure that out. We'll
It's
figure
for
that
approval
one
by
out.
who?
People.
But who,
Us.
who made it go to Corner Pizza?
Jason does Corner Pizza.
No, I know, but did he do this?
He made that. He's a genius.
Wait, but John
He's
Antosky
a
already did the
he's
art?
A genius. He's a genius.
Wait a second. Antosky already did the art.
I don't know. I'm in the same. I
This
just got
literally,
it.
we talked about this a half an hour
Because
ago.
Jason Genesek is awesome.
Yeah, but
Corner
like,
Pizza is awesome
I just don't understand how this happened so quickly.
because he listens to the show and he cares.
Yeah, but like,
When you rant about tricks, Jason's one of the people that
look,
cares.
and I'm getting a Lifetime Achievement Award.
See?
Wow.
You're going into the Corner Pizza Hall of Fame on November 11th.
What's the most pizza you've ever eaten in one sitting?
4 slices.
That's
I don't
it?
know, a whole pizza.
You ever gone over a whole pizza?
Yeah, pizza and a quarter. Nerd News is brought to you by
How long
New
did it take you to
Greens.
shit after that?
I don't want to talk about that.
Why?
Because it's personal.
It's not.
No, that's private. Not everything is for you. That's private. That's my private thing.
Let's go with the
Nerd News is brought to you by New Greens. Live longer, better with New Greens. There's a lot of good rock and roll shows coming up in San Diego. I'm going to go to some of them. I'm going to see Christopher Cross, one of my personal heroes, at Belly Up on October 24th. And there's 2 nights of Interpol at the new venue called The Sound in Del Mar, October 25th and 26th. I'm going to one of those. Show Me the Body and The Garden are playing at Soma on October 26th. I'm going to that. And then the next night at a spot called Rock and Roll San Diego, an all-ager rager with Sunbender, Atomic 99, Frankie and the Studs. And then the next night is the world-famous Halloween Heat.
What's first?
Belly Up, October
What's
28th.
first prize this year?
First prize, I believe, is a $300 or $500 gift card to the Belly Up, which is great because then you can go to any concert you want.
Wasn't it like cash last year?
This is better than cash.
No, it's not.
I think so. Because you always say, I'm going to a show. I don't want to go to a show. If you win a gift card.
If I show up in my costume.
If the crowd thinks your costume is good enough.
Look, dude.
I'm the host. I'm not the judge.
We all know that the Boba Fett costume will win anything.
We'll see. You said last year you were coming and you did not.
Well, I got tired.
It's the best Halloween dance party in the world.
Can I come in through the
Bella
back?
Lux
Can I
is gonna
come
be
in
there.
through the back door?
Yes.
I don't have to come in through the front with the plebes.
Mm-mm.
I can come in through the
I
back.
got you, dude. I got you.
Now, do I have to do I have to like sing a little number on?
No, you just walk up on stage.
That's it.
Yeah.
And what?
But I can't be biased. The crowd judges.
Okay.
I mean, I'll help you a little bit. 'cause
I'm
I
gonna
know you.
need someone in the carbonite. I feel like that sells the suit.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna be dressed up like a kind of like a Richard Simmons character, so I can't do it.
Like kind of like Richard Simmons' character or Richard Simmons.
Quasi Richard Simmons. A Richard Simmons shout out kind of thing. So yeah, big week in a couple weeks, and I'll remind you next week.
I'm going to Mexico on Tuesday, so never mind. We'll be able to have a Monday Mass next
Thank
Monday.
you.
But I'm going to Mexico with my good friend Paul Gomez,
You're gonna get barreled.
who basically died in front of me the last time I went to Mexico with him.
Right now he's fine.
Totally good.
That's great.
He's going back.
He's built of steel. So that's great. That was a great podcast. I
Yeah.
didn't think it was going to be good.
If you
I
guys,
didn't think. Honestly, I did not think it was going to be good. But I'm pleasantly surprised.
if
It
you
was
guys
really
have any
good.
questions, we'll get to those next week because
Yeah.
I've got shit to do right now.
I do too. I have more stuff to do than you. I'm busier than you.
Chris, will you please get back to me about how long it took you to shit after eating a pizza and a half?
We'll talk about it later. In
Bye,
private.
guys.
In
We'll
private.
see you next week.